Wow, what a welcome. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
That's good, because I'm going to tell it to you anyway. So 3 years ago, I met this gorgeous man. He had really dark hair and like these blue sparkly eyes and this hot body. And we had this really, really like hot dance. It was like, And I thought, he looks a bit young. So I asked him, I said, how old are you? And he said, I'm 21. I was like, oh, I'm 42. You're half my age. Okay, that's too much. See you later. I ran off. He stayed in my mind. And a year later, I saw him again. I was at this retreat centre and I saw him again. And he was in the kitchen because he was working there and he was chopping vegetables. And I walked into the kitchen and he looked up and he saw me and he just stopped, put the knife down and walked over to me. And he came like to that close. And he's like, do you remember that dance? And I was like, yeah, of course I did. And then so we started dating for 6 months. And 6 months later, which is a year and a half ago, we were at another retreat, and it was a Friday night, and we had this big argument. And it's one of those arguments, you know, that you have. It was like, I'm never going to talk to you again. And he's like, well, I don't want to talk to you again. And it's like, because we're both quite stubborn, actually, you see. Off he went, and off I went in that direction. So the next morning, I was sitting at the table with my friends, like, bloody men. And he came up to me behind, tapped my shoulder. He's like, straight face, can I talk to you? I was like, okay, this looks very serious. He said, let's go outside. And I was like, okay. Walked outside behind him. He said, let's go to the top of that hill. Top of the hill, that means it's going to be one of those conversations where he says, it was nice, but you know, I don't want to be with you anymore because you're mad. And I was like, well, I don't like you either, you know, like, but actually, you know, inside I really was like, I don't want to split up with you. So I was walking behind him and we got to the top of the hill. And I was thinking, please don't dump me, I really like you actually. So I was waiting, standing there waiting to be dumped. The next thing that happens is this. I'm standing looking at him, I think, have you dropped something? What is it, 50 pence coin or something? And then so he's down there and he's like, I could tell he's really nervous, and he fumbles around and pulls out this box, and he opens up this box and there's this ring. And he says, will you marry me? And I just look into his eyes, and it's like, I'll never forget these eyes, because there was so much love, and there was so much like commitment towards me. I could tell this man just was so devoted to me. And I was like, I was like, yes, I'll marry you. And we had a hug on the top of this hill. And he's like, oh, there's just one more thing. And I was like, yes. He's like, well, I've arranged the wedding for tonight. And I was like, man, you're a shit hot guy, I love you. So off we went and got married with all our friends were there. He actually got into trouble because he didn't tell his mum, but that's another story. So we had this lovely wedding, and then had a lovely party in the night time. And later on that night, we had our own little suite. And we were going up to the suite, and I was walking up the stairs. And I remember just thinking, oh, I hope things are going to be different now. Just had this thought, I hope things are going to be different now. And we undressed and we got into bed and I was kissing him and we're touching each other. We started to make love and it was really beautiful. And I was like, oh, this is so good, it's different. It's different. Thank you, God, it's different. And then it was like, boom. This feeling in my stomach. And I was like, no, please, no, I don't want to feel it. And it was like, boom. I just just felt this burning rage in my stomach. It was like, ugh. I could feel it rising up through my chest. And then the voice started, and it's like, he's a fucking man. He's just using you for sex. And I was like, please, not on my wedding night, please, not on my wedding night. And then the shame came in. You're disgusting, what are you doing with this man? And all these feelings, this shame and the anger and the voices, it was like, what are you doing? You hate this man, he's just using you, what are you doing? Don't let him do that. And suddenly I just was like, you, get off me, I hate you. You're just using me. You're just like all these other men. And the reason I had that reaction was because, for me, making love used to be a trauma. Because I had been, from the age of 3 to the age of 18, I had been sexually abused. And one of the men had raped me multiple times. So for me, making love meant reliving all those feelings all the time. And I thought, this is my wedding night, it's going to be different. But it wasn't. And then I remember just looking into my husband's eyes, and then these eyes that had been filled with love earlier on were now full of pain. Because he was just looking at me like, what have I done? I just want to love you. You know, I just want to love you. And I remember looking at the pain in his eyes, and I just thought, I just felt so angry. I was like, no more. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get these men out of my bed. I want my bed to be for me and my husband, not these abusers. And I was like, I just felt this strength inside, you know. It was like, that's it, this is enough. And then I went back to London, and I was sitting in my living room, and I remember my friend had told me about something called orgasmic meditation, and that popped into my head. And does anyone know what orgasmic meditation is? No. There's a few people. Well, orgasmic meditation is it's a partnered 15-minute meditation where a woman lies down in something that's called a nest, and then she undresses from the waist down and takes her underwear and trousers off. And then her partner strokes her clitoris for 15 minutes with no goal, just other than to feel whatever's there. And I remember thinking, bunch of weirdos, as if I'm going to do that. But it was like, there was a voice that was just telling me about this. It's like, it kept whispering into my ear, and I was like, okay, I'm going to check it out. So I went off to check it out, and I remember having my first, it's called orgasmic meditation, it's called OM for short. I remember having my first OM, and I was so scared, because it was like, I didn't want to feel all those feelings again. And what happened to me was, for the first 3 months of doing this practice, I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And it was like, actually I had the space now to let this stuff out. And it was the stuff that had been so deep. Like, I'd had therapy, I'd been in a psychiatric hospital, everything, you know, I'd been on pills and all the rest of it. But this was getting stuff that was actually like deeply trapped, a bit like what Christina said, like the bits that are frozen, that like are so deep inside. It was like releasing all this stuff, and I just cried and cried and cried and cried. And for me, what this meditation does is, it's like, it releases this life force, sexual energy, orgasmic energy, whatever you want to call it. It releases this life force, and it's actually like a heat-seeking missile. It like finds all these little like knots of pain and unresolved stuff that are in your body, and it helps you release it. It's almost like, I say it's more like it dissolves it. So I still think it's funny that the thing that's helping me is having my clitoris stroked for 15 minutes every day. But I want to tell people about it, because I think it's especially for women, it's something that can really help you if you've had trauma. And I believe most women have had some form of trauma. Most women have gone over their boundary with someone, their husband, their boyfriend in the past. Most women have said yes when they had a no. So what I would like to leave you with is that if you would like to talk to me and find out more about this process, I can give you some more information about that. And it's much better than seeing a psychiatrist once a week. Thank you.